Welcome to XxooX Heavenly. Today I'm going to talk about my weight loss and my fitness journey. In 2007 I graduated high school and I told myself, now that I'm an adult, I can control what I eat, I can control where I go, I have control over my body, so there's really no excuse. I started off at 220 pounds, the senior weight. I gained weight, but I've always been heavier, just on general principle. And when I first started, I actually didn't eat very much. I ate probably once a day. Kool-Aid was breakfast, and I ate the wrong things. It would be that the grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell was my thing, and McDonald's I'd get like the number 2, and that would be my meal for the day. So when I started my weight loss journey, I was working out. I started doing Leslie Sandstone's Walk Away the Pounds. I probably lost 15 to 20 pounds just off of doing that. And I started trying to use supplements. Those didn't work, like the weight loss supplements. I'm not going to name them because they might work for you, but they did not work for me. And I tried using diets. I tried the fruit diet. I tried the blood type diet. I tried the slim fast diet. No offense, I actually gained weight off of that. I know. I actually gained weight off of that. And I tried several things. And so the moral to the story, the main thing that really got me on track was working out. I was doing, once I figured that out, I started doing Zumba. I was doing jiu-jitsu. I started incorporating Jillian Michaels into my diet because not to my diet, but into my workout regimen. And I was probably working out 5 to 6 times a week, and it wasn't really like an overnight difference. Most of the year I would pretty much look the same, and in the summer I would drop about 10 pounds. So sometimes I would get discouraged, but measuring myself, not weighing myself, is actually where I could see the difference, because most times, even though my clothes would fit better, I wouldn't see a difference in the scale. That really sucked. I had my friends working out with me, and they would see drastic changes, and I really wouldn't see anything when I looked into the scale. And so as I progressed and I learned more about eating habits, I started eating breakfast, apples and peanut butter probably. I started eating lunch. I started trying to eat more throughout the day, and I started changing my workouts. Jillian Michaels was really cool. It was a tough workout, but I didn't really see a transition in my body, and so I started looking for more. I tried Bikram yoga. I heard a lot of people say it was extreme and a spiritual journey, and in all honesty, it is, but my intentions for starting it were to lose weight. I ended up losing 1.5 inches off of my bust, my waistline, and my hips. It was kind of cool, and I only did it for 30 days. 30 days, actually twice a day, with a friend of mine in school at the time. And I plateaued again. People started saying that they were like, Heavenly, you look more fit. I was really happy, but I still had plateaued. I hadn't reached my goal. And at that point I was probably 175 pounds. So I lost like 15 from Leslie Sandstone, probably a couple from the Jillian Michaels and the Zumba and the things I was incorporating there. And then the Bikram yoga wasn't so much weight loss as it was definition and like bringing it all together. And so I continued my path, and I was doing it by myself. I was looking online. I didn't look for outside help. It didn't hit me to think of things like a trainer or things like that until I started dating a trainer. And he had me do weights. They had me running. And I hate running, but they had me do weights. They had me running. They had me doing the spin classes. And I probably did that. I totally did weights 3 times a week for an hour. About an hour for each session, and I got more toned. And I started shrinking. Even though my weight wasn't changing, my body was changing. And so that was cool. And that's really where I saw the most definition, because I know a lot of you guys are looking to change your eating habits, change your lifestyle, change a lot of stuff. And I mean, working out's where it's at. I hate to break it to you. So I'm going to answer a couple questions that you guys have inboxed me this year. 1 second. Have you always suffered from weight issues, or was this more a recent problem? I have always struggled with my weight. I've always been the chubby one. Are there any issues with weight running in your family? Most people in my family are medium to average. Clinically speaking, they might be overweight, but they don't look like, they're not morbidly obese. Did you suffer from any health or fitness issues as a result on putting on weight? No, not to my knowledge, but what I did notice is that when I lost weight, I slept better. I wasn't as fatigued. What else? I wasn't as fatigued. I slept better. I looked better. I felt I looked better. Yeah. But nothing, no, I had pros, not cons. What were your main vices? I didn't eat, and not eating was my problem. Some people struggle with overeating, but I had no appetite. I didn't think to eat. I would eat when people were around, like when my friends were around me, but it wasn't, my stomach didn't prompt me to want to eat a meal. So I wouldn't eat anything for breakfast, I wouldn't eat anything for lunch, and I'd probably eat one meal for the day. Did you try to lose weight before? What happened? My mom actually started taking me to a gym when I was younger, probably my freshman year in high school. She had me, she was trying to take me to the gym, but like life got busy, and I actually did lose some weight there. She had me working out because my mom's military and she's about that life. So she actually did have me working out, and I did see a little bit of a difference. But again, I've always struggled with weight because it's a lifestyle change, not a diet. Did you try to lose weight before? What happened? Oh, I just read that question, my bad. What was it that finally made you decide enough was enough and you were ready to lose weight? When I first started losing weight, I always felt like I was pretty. I was like, I'm pretty, but I'm a porker. So my motivations were to feel like pretty all around, like pretty about my body, like wear a bathing suit, wear a dress, feel cute, But I learned that being skinny and being fit are not the same. So that's why this is a weight loss fitness journey, because probably 3 years in, when I started doing the training, I realized that weight loss and fitness aren't the same thing. What's the first thing you did with your program? I started off with Leslie Sansone's Walk Away the Pounds. And I did workout at home videos. So Jillian Michaels, P90X, not the diets, because I didn't do the diets with the programs. I did different diets. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a trainer. I wasn't going to pay for one either. Foolish. I know. You don't know what you don't know. Which were the best and most successful techniques you used, and why? I saw the biggest differences in my body when I did Bikram yoga, because that was like, people noticed. They were like, you look more fit. I got a lot of positive feedback after doing that. And when I hired a trainer, that was a really big difference for me. Doing weights and not just doing cardio, because Zumba is more cardio based depending on your instructor. Cycling classes, spin classes are more cardio based depending on your instructor. I hated running because I feel like a rock, a potato. I'm not about that life, but I ended up having to incorporate it in. And honestly, I used to have like an 18-minute mile, and now it's like 10, 12 minutes, which is good for me. I know. Most of you guys probably have way better miles. What was what are the best things you have found about losing weight? It's a journey, not a destination. Really, the main thing is being consistent and to not shoot yourself in the foot every time you get upset. The food, I had to tell myself that it will be there, because sometimes I did feel like I was missing out because my friends would be eating, I kid you not, like they'd be eating like fries and cookies and working out and still see a difference. And if I smelled a donut, I would gain 3 pounds, which really sucked. But I had to tell myself the food would be there and I wasn't missing out. And actually after doing Bikram yoga, it was like my system had a cleanse and I didn't desire to eat those foods anymore. Is there anything you are going to do now or that you're doing now that you wouldn't have done before you lost the weight? There's a lot that I'm doing now that I wasn't doing when I used to be 220 pounds. I drink water. I could probably work more on staying hydrated. I probably need to drink more with electrolytes because it's more about water and electrolytes and having a nice balance there. Not Gatorade, no offense, unless you're like a real hardcore athlete. You're not doing yourself any favors. Drinking water versus drinking soda and high C orange, which is my personal favorite. Not drinking juice because I thought, well, I'm not going to drink water, I'm not going to drink soda, I'm going to drink juice. And my trainer called it carb water because it is. You use a lot of, you get a lot of empty calories and carbs from juice. I remember when I was reading the back of my orange juice and I was like, holy crap, this has more sugar in it than a Snickers candy bar. And it did, which sucked. But, I mean, that's life. You learn as you go. I don't buy into weight loss things anymore because I did try Slim Fast and I actually ended up gaining weight off of it. And it took my trainer to notice that because I started doing the meal replacement shakes, etc., etc. And I gained weight. I gained fat, body fat, not body mass. I gained actually body fat from it. Do I do anything differently? Sleeping. My sleeping patterns have changed. I was pretty much an insomniac and I wouldn't sleep at all, and that does have a big effect. It takes a large toll on your body, and repair and sleeping helps you lose weight, and not sleeping, depending on who you are, can cause you to gain or lose, and it's a stressor on your body, and you want to take that out. What would you say, or what advice would you give to women who are struggling? What have you done to do what you've done? You got to be consistent and you got to find out what program works for you. Some people do well with cardio. That's part of their goal. Some people do well with Zumba, or some people do well with yoga. You have to find out what works for you and what you're willing to commit to and stay consistent with. And yeah, it's what you make. You have to stay consistent. When I switched over from focusing on losing weight and my fitness journey, I started using weights. I started eating more. I noticed that I ate a lot of carbs and I didn't incorporate proteins or fats into my diet, which, I mean, I would work out and I would stay soft. That's not what I wanted. I don't know, it's a journey. And you learn as you go, and the thing is to not get discouraged and do a little bit each day. It's not going to be, for me at least, it wasn't overnight. Like, I had friends who did a lot more extreme things and had results quicker than I did, and I was really discouraged. But I stayed consistent, and while they would fluctuate back and forth with their weight, I steadily went down and I maintained. And the key is to maintain and to be consistent and to incorporate those habits into your life as you go. I had to stop focusing on the scale. I had to start focusing on, like, me. I had to stop focusing on other people. I had to start focusing on me and what worked for me. And it's really about what works for you. Insofar as what I eat now, I had to change a lot. Again, like, not even just with junk food. I eat cleaner. I eat a lot of field roast. Because I eat a lot of field roast. I eat more protein. I generally eat more. I eat eggs for breakfast and probably a piece of toast with water. I don't know, I eat more and I stay consistent with it, and what works for me may not work for somebody else, and what works for you may not work for somebody else. Some people eat bread and they can't eat bread at all and they blow up, and some people do a lot of things, but again, like I can't stress this enough, it's about staying consistent. So yeah, it's not always fun. As you can see, you see me looking through this video, grimacing as my trainer tells me off and tells me to keep pushing. It's not always fun, it's not always happy, it's not always glamorous, but it's for you and it's not for others. And it's not about feeling like you're going to be more beautiful, because you truly are beautiful as you are now, but it's about you feeling better about yourself, and it's about you taking your life and your body and your fitness into your own hands. Because I know a lot of people diminish the value of you losing weight by saying, oh, you looked pretty before, but it's not about pretty. It's about you liking you and you feeling like you have control over your body and your progress and your life. So I believe you can do this. I know you can do this. If you need any help, let me know. If you're struggling with any other stuff on your fitness journey, let me know. We can talk about it. Leave it in the comments below. Like, love, share, and sub. And I'll see you next week.
Sometimes you'll feel like you're alone. You'll feel like you're not strong. Just how can you go on? And some days will be your rainy days. You feel like you're afraid, but there's always a way. 'Cause every day's a perfect start. Every day is new. Every day's the perfect place to make your dreams come true.